We are going to make a build in today's daily run that is a cloud of polymorphine that will run around murdering all the enemies nearby. Now, remember, there are a couple enemies that are immune to being polymorphed. They just can't be stained. So that will happen. It won't be able to kill 100% of enemies, but it will kill a ton of enemies. Oh my god. Oh my god. There is some serious worm tracks over here. There's a good chance that Steve's going to be pissed in that very first mountain. You know what? I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to go ahead and move to the next zone early. I'm going to close the bets. Oh, shit. So it looks like we do have a way out of the mountain. So the worm, even though he pissed off the gods, he actually did something really helpful. But yes, closing all the bets now. Reopen the bet. The bet light is literally on behind me. You pain in the ass. Oh my god, those fish just got lit up. Whoop. Chat loves All-Seeing Eye. It is good. It's one of those things that new players probably should be grabbing. So this could be our Telewand, for example, and if we want to get out of the mountain, we shoot our spark trigger with a return on the end of it. When we shoot it at stuff, yeah, it's really slow. We're not going to use it actually as a useful Telewand, but it does help us get around stuff. So we're going to use our return spell. We're going to shoot it here against the wall, and after a couple seconds, it'll bring us back to this point. We're going to use that by shooting it here. 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold up. There is a circle of vigor right there. That is a big deal. Shot that a little early, didn't I? Well, this is big. We have Circle of Vigor, meaning heals for days. Remember, to get the double heal, you need to make sure to like be touching the center point before it expires. It will hit you with a second round of healing. We got another one. See, this is a perfect example of why I skip over the spell refresh. This here will give us 2 more charges of Circle of Vigor. So we have another full heal, and we have this to get 2 more full heals. So we are looking real nice. As long as I don't get insta-killed. That's my fear right now, is an insta-death by something. You throw a tele flask, that'd be useful, friend. Stop being a pain in the... Oh my... I have not seen a tele flask from this motherfucker, or from any of these guys. Oh! He just made a move. Okay, now everything's freezing. He died of natural causes. And that's what you're going to tell the judge, chat. There's another flask thrower. Be curious what I'm doing. I'm trying to clear off a spot. Oh my gosh, for this guy to hopefully not bash a tele flask into a wall. Oh! Why do you keep running away? Why are you so difficult? Iron Stomach is going to be a lifesaver. An ass saver. This right here, we're using this. We're going to eat an infinite amount of polymages. And that will allow us to get immune for as long as we would like. How are we going to spawn infinite polymages? So there is a machine, like a robo enemy. I always forget which one he is. There's like these two that look really similar. I think it is that one. They resurrect their friends nearby whenever you kill them. So then like what you do is you bring a polymage near him. You kill the polymage. His corpse will hit the ground, and then the game resurrects him. What it really does is it just spawns a new one to try to pretend like he's been resurrected. So that corpse is still laying there. So you kill a polymage, corpse hits the ground, eat the corpse. Now you're poly immune. Another one resurrects, and you just keep doing that over and over for as long as you would like. And it's really up to you how long you want to get poly immunity. If you do it for a long enough, it actually gets to the point where it just becomes infinite. I think the game kind of like breaks or some shit, and it just becomes that you're polyimmune forever. So if you're curious why we're going this direction, is we built a wand that's very explosive. We put lots of magic missiles. In fact, we even put a copy random spell thrice on there, so we'll copy one of the magic missiles, making 3 extra magic missiles on there. So, and then we put a null on there, so hopefully they'll all just detonate immediately. And then we're gonna go fire it at the crotch of our friend over here, the Alchemist, so that we can get our hands on the Greek letters that he hands over. Oh my god. Oh! Did you see just how close we got to that shit? Look at that shot right there. Asking for it. I should have went and drank a little bit of the unstable. The smart thing would be like you run over to the side before the fight like really starts popping off, and you start to just drink some of it. Because I have iron stomach. So the iron stomach makes it where if you drink some, once you take a couple, like you drink a couple pixels, it'll give you a couple seconds of immunity. And then you use that couple seconds of immunity to dive into the deep stuff and then drink all that up. And then now this will give us like a couple minutes of immunity. Sadly, it doesn't give you like a countdown timer telling you like your immunity, but it's just to this kind of polymorphine. That would have been the smarter move. Copy random thrice and that. No wrapping. How does that look? So watch this infestation. I'll put rotate towards on it so it'll actually home into the statue a bit there. But you see that they're doing like 5, 6, 7 damage. Put a single explosive projectile on that bad boy and then watch this shit. 1,900. And remember, I have no explosion immunity. It's just this thing is in general pretty safe to use. Same 3 builds: machine gun, spark bolt, explosive projectile, homing, mist, ducks, electric. Would you just say same 3 builds and you just busted out like 8 builds? Same 3 builds. Proceeds to name every build in the game. I can't believe this guy always puts spells on wands to deal damage. It's so boring. You want to copy the explosive projectile? Okay, we could do that. So in that case, if you want to copy the explosive projectile, it won't. I mean, the damage will go up. The main difference that you'll notice between the 2 builds is that this one, lots of projectiles. The explosions are a good size. Let me see some of the explosion size. Watch them when they explode. You see the size? They're a good size, about like that, right? Whenever I move it this way, we're gonna have less projectiles because we're not copying the infestation anymore. By copying the explosive projectile, the radius of the explosion has now increased. Should be decently significant, pretty noticeable, I believe. Yeah. So they now explode larger. The damage amplification shouldn't be much higher though. It'll be more. Like the explosion damage will hit for more, but it's not so like I believe you're getting significantly more damage like this than this. Or than this. Yeah, copying Omega would be pretty big right there. That's a good idea. So you do like that and actually leave that on there. Now that would pop. Oh! Please kill everything. Oh my god. You get a haircut, or is the male pattern baldness getting worse? How fucking terrifying would it be to run into someone from this chat in public for Dunk? They're like, hey, I recognize you from stream. I just start running the other way as fast as I can. Start sprinting away. At the grocery store, just like fucking hauling ass down the aisle. Wait, explain chainsaw wrapping. How do chainsaws work? I would still be doing the hand motions though. So you get your chainsaw, right? And then you get your double spell, right? Then over here, we're gonna build a zone for the Heart Mage farm. I'm guessing the zone, it'll probably be much easier to carry the Robo Dude here than the Heart Mage to the Robo Dude. Be a nice little cage for him, right? Oh, there he is. There's our boy. We got. Oh no! I forgot I had homing on it. We'll get another one. We'll get another one. It's fine. It's fine. There we go.
DunkOrSlam, professional dumbass.
We found another one. Don't freak out. No. Get through here. The double shield he's got going on is not helping me though. It's weird. It keeps double swapping him. I gotta shoot slower.
I need to go make some waffles.
Did the TNT guy just blow his ass up? Did you see that? What the fuck was that? Where did he... How did he even get in here? This doesn't make any sense. I don't even know if there's an opening. All this work just to create a damn poly farm. Oh my god, I almost just spawned in tiny. This is your home. You can't fit out of there, can you? Aha! The next one is a little scary because we have to do that same thing but with a poly mage. The good news is we eat one poly mage first before we go, you know, dragging the other one around. We eat his corpse, as much of it as possible. We get only a couple minutes to make our moves here. We gotta do it quick. Oh my god. Oh, I swear, all of a sudden their AI like goes through the roof whenever they know you're doing something. Oh, oh. No! Wait, are they natural enemies? Oh! I can homebringer the sheep out of the way. I think he was trying to hit me. He messed up. Are they natural enemies or was he trying to sheep me? They're not natural enemies. Okay, so I'm gonna homebringer him out of the way, the sheep, so that the polymage doesn't hit him and kill him. Because if the polymage hits him again, he will die. Yeah, I don't need them in the same room. You're right. That was stupid. He is a natural enemy of sheep, though. What's my timer at on my poly immunity? 20 seconds. Okay, so what I do is I say, no, don't hurt my friend. He's my friend and I love him. Then I go out here and then I bring this guy out. All right. So I got the immunity. We have to make sure he's sparkling with green sparkles every time before we kill him, which sometimes can take a moment before it kicks in. So the one thing that is scary, and it's funny because Ligma brings it up, and I'm glad he does bring it up, because there is like a perfect moment whenever, even when you have immunities, that like, I'm assuming that probably applies to polyimmunity as well, where you can still get polymorphed because the effect has to reapply to your character. I don't know. I think it works. I would assume it works like the other things, like Berserkium when you drink it. It does apply to polyimmunity. Okay, so that means there is like a moment where the game basically has to like check, oh, do you have polyimmunity? And then if you do, it keeps you safe. But that one frame, it's frame perfect. But if you're swimming in poly, that means you're allowing the game that if you just swim in it long enough, of course, when it goes to reset your poly effect, you will get polyed. So even though we're doing this, we still don't want to like immerse ourselves in the poly at all times. We don't want to just be like standing in it. So we've already looked up the shifts today. This is today's daily run. And the first shift is blood to whatever material you're holding. So we are about to convert blood over to polymorphine, meaning we need to hold our polymorphine flask and we need to eat a lot of fungus. All right, so we're holding the polymorphine flask. This will convert blood over to it, which, wait, do we just throw up our... Hold up. Did we just throw up our poly immunity? I didn't think it would throw up all of it. Holy shit. Blood has turned to toxic sludge. Whenever we threw up our entire poly immunity, I thought it threw it up. I thought we would keep some of it and then I could go back and eat more poly mages. But apparently it loses it in its entirety. We can probably recover this. Just is going to take a moment. Dude, I didn't know that I was going to throw up all of that. That was a waste of time even eating a single poly mage. What exactly prevented a dunk from the correct shift? Does vomiting out poly immunity prevent him from holding the flask? Well, whenever you may be a newer player, Yolks, let me drop it down for you. Whenever a flask, let's say I'm holding a poly flask and the shift takes place, it's gonna throw a couple pixels of the new material on you. And I wasn't exactly equipped to be like, am I gonna be fine if I get polyed?
Did you cut the wig yourself?
I didn't want to be polyed in that moment because I wasn't really paying attention. I could have been, I just wasn't paying attention. So then I hurried and put the flask away because I was like, oh shit, wait, I'm about to be polyed. And then I realized, well, fuck, the shift's happening no matter what. And at least I think I should be safe down here. So I tried to bring it back out. I was probably about a second too late. Sema, yep. And it was water, brine, chili water to Sema. The next one is shift number 9. Finally, we can get back on track for where I messed up my shifts earlier. Fungus blood, weird fungus, and fungal soil to blood or held material. So I'm going to hold a flask of polymorphine so it ignores the blood. And fungus blood, weird fungus, and fungal soil are going to turn into polymorphine. All right, so this is the important one. We're gonna hold on to our flask of polymorphine as we barf off the edge. I guess what we could do is we could take a sip of the polymorphine because when it makes this new material, it's gonna throw pixels of polymorphine in the air and it could go on us. Like it could get on our character, which could lead to us getting polymorphed. Looks like it did not. So this mist right here, it is a slime mist and you fly into it, you get the slime effect. But if you were to shift slime away, like slime into lava or some shit like that, this mist doesn't change. It actually stays the same mist. If you want this mist to change, that form of slime, you actually have to, when you cast the slime, you pull out a flask and you fly into it. When you do this, it actually starts to put a slime mist material. That's what it's made of. So it's almost like there's two forms of slime. There is the original slime and there is slime mist. And if I pour it out, look what it looks like. It kind of instantly dissipates. It doesn't actually accumulate. That's because, like I said, it's its own form of slime. It's a different kind of slime. Dunk, you looking kind of fresh. I like it. And now the translation for chat. Damn, Dunk is your old wig in the washer. The new wig is looking fresh. I like it. Oh, come on. Did that mess with it somehow? We have now done 15 shifts. We are on to the final one, and we can turn this damn mist into a beast. Okay, see, there's an enemy. I shoot, actually, we'll shoot out the spark timer. And as you can see, the mists hunt down enemies. This is the normal, like, kind of homing mist build. Damage plus is adding damage to the mist, and this damage field is adding damage to the mist. If we take these away and we shoot it now, the mist, because we have homing and drilling makes it where the mists run through walls, yes, they will still run at enemies, but they don't do any damage. They just stare at it. So, like, there's an enemy there. It's like, go get them, boys. There is no damage on it. The polymorphine build that we're about to have in a moment here, it'll make it so that whenever the mist travels into them, they will get sheeped. Now, still it won't kill them, so we'll probably put something like that on there to add like a moment where it sheeps them and then kills them. But that includes the player. It will, if it hits me with polymorphine, it will just pretty much, it'll sheep me, and if there's a damage field, it will kill me immediately. So that's why we took all the time to create the polymage farm, where we can farm corpses of polymages to make it so that we can swim through this polymorphine. There we go. So the slime mist in the flask changed over to polymorphine. That means the material that makes up the mist is now polymorphine. Now, as long as we don't do any more shifts, then obviously the timer will last a long time. But earlier I had it way more than this, and I went to do a fungal shift. My character threw up all the immunity, so that's... We're going to be happy with this. Alright, we'll leave them in their cages, and let's check out our build now. Okay, it does make a little bit of the liquid. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Back to find some enemies now. So there we go. We see some bad guys, we shoot our polymist at them, and there you go. So you do not want to swim in this liquid because there is like a moment, even with poly immunity, that the game tries to reapply the immunity to your character for like a frame, and that's where we could get killed. There is no damage on my wand. It literally is just a sheeping wand. So that's why we're going to put on something like damage field and damage plus. But yeah, so our poly mist build is online. Hitting a swapper kind of sucks because if the damage hits them first, it swaps me into it. If you're curious why the hell you would do a build like this, it's never reasonable to do a build like this. Like this is a silly build. It's nothing that I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the key to a god mode. It's it adds a lot of danger, but we kind of took a lot of steps to make it a little bit safer. But in Noita, nothing's ever 100%. There's always a little bit of danger left. So again, this is a crazy person's build. I wouldn't recommend this for your own safety. Alright, so I'm going to take off my damage field and my damage plus for the moment. I want to test the polymorphine material damage on 12 orb Colmy. Well, let's see how this looks. Because he's going to have a lot of health. Oh my god! Holy shit! Polymorphine just messes him up! Didn't even stand a chance! I did not expect it to be that much damage. It really is drastic. That's no joke. Whenever they labeled it correctly. Drastic material vulnerability. And he had 257,000 HP. He was thick. It is very obvious I've had a headset on after getting a haircut. Let's see. Listen, that's an illusion, chat. It's an illusion. You don't understand. It's an illusion, chat. That's not my skull. My skull is not dented. That is the hair. That's the hair.
I take it back. I take it back. My eyes.